the need to have a well-trained, educated population, and from there evolve the type of leaders for Angola tomorrow. This is a key problem. Why is that a problem? Angola inherited from the colonial times a rate of illiteracy which was extremely high. It was kept like that for good reasons. And you need to change that to train the type of leadership that you require to then manage the wealth that is present in the country. That is a process which is going to continue to evolve. And with that, I hope the solution of the various problems that the development of a country has to go through is a process. That process is undergoing, is still continuing in Angola. I would say it's going relatively well, again, as a result of the quality of the people that I think we have. I think we have the type of people who is open, people who is ready to accept change when change is required, and to incorporate the results of those processes of change into the society to make it work differently. Angola is going through a process of evolving very positively. Angola is growing fast. Angola is politically evolving. It's a country with an established organs, with a parliament, with a government which works relatively well. Is a country which has experienced with different systems due to the relations that has established with the rest of the world, but has kept one important aspect of any society, that's a degree of independence internally, to develop in according to its own forces, to its own processes. And that process is going relatively well, I should say. Angola is a country which is growing well, at a rate which is relatively high compared to other African countries. It's a country which contains a mix of resources, natural resources, hydroelectric potential, natural mineral resources, soils. It's a country which could become one of the most important in the African continent.
You have preempted the last question that I wanted to ask, which was, what are the 2 or 3 good points about Africa? So let me condense that question. You have young people here, and you have said to them, come and visit Angola. Why should they come and visit Angola? Is it that your music is good? Is it that the girls are pretty? Is it, why should they come to Angola? What's interesting about Angola?
Many good reasons. I would say especially good people. I think we tend to be a very open. We are not a closed society. We accept. The difference does not scare Angolans. In other words, coming into contact with different cultures, different societies, and incorporate whatever is good, it's not something that scares Angola. And that, I think, is maybe one of the main reasons why I believe so much in the Angolan people.
You talked about Brazil in the beginning. Do you have a carnival in Angola also?
There is a carnival, very vibrant carnival. Our carnival is a very vibrant carnival. I would like to see some of you come and participate in our carnivals. For some of you who have had a chance to see carnival in Brazil, it has aspects of the Angolan carnival because, again, Brazil has had imprints of Angolan culture through the, slaves. Slavery was not totally bad. The sending of Angolans, to Brazil or to the United States was not just all a dark history. It had good aspects of light, of good, and so for that reason, I would say, the cultural life in Angola is a very vibrant life. Cultural, religious life, very vibrant, and we are not scared of getting in contact with other cultures and incorporate whatever is good from other cultures, or reject when it has to be rejected, and sometimes fight back to keep whatever we consider to be better.
Thank you very much. I hand you back to the Provost.
His Excellency has consented to take a few questions from the audience. We have a wireless microphone, so if you will raise your hand, I will call on you and we'll bring you a microphone. Yes, in the second row. And please introduce yourself.
Fala bem português? Muito bem.
My name is Sue O'Keefe. I'm adjunct professor here at Northfield. I am Brazilian, although you may think I'm Chinese. I am also Chinese. Let me see. I assume that you know Brazil well. I don't know Angola. So I would like to ask you, by understanding Angola and Brazil, what are the similarities and differences that you see, given the 6-7 roots that we have shared in both countries, etc.?
Brazil and Angola, we face each other. If you look South Atlantic, we are. If you look at that, the shape of Angola, the shape of Angola is like this, and if it fits into Bahia, if you could just bring the waters of the southern Atlantic out, the two countries would come together. So you will see in Bahia something very similar to our traits in Angola, and that probably is the reason why so many Angolans have been transported so easily into Brazil, and they have become part of this vibrant culture that Brazil has. Many of the cultural aspects that you have in Brazil have been imported directly from Angola. Your candomblé, your samba, your capoeira is still there, so much famous there. So I would say that Brazil and Angola are very much, have very common aspects in as far as cultural. If you want me to say, I would like very much to see a much closer relationship between the peoples of both Brazil and Angola, because we could very much benefit from each other. We are open to Brazilians. When you start speaking with your Portuguese, it's very much similar to the Portuguese that we also speak in Angola. So there are many common traits between our two countries.
I would add that at the